You know that feeling? Your workday feels like you're just fighting off notifications, pings, and a sea of browser tabs. It's exhausting. It feels like all that digital noise is just eating away at our ability to do real, meaningful work. But what if the fix wasn't some complex new app, but a really simple 20-minute habit you can do every day? Well, in this explainer, we're going to break down a super powerful system to get your focus back. Let's dive in. So to figure out how to find focus in our crazy digital world, we're actually going to go way back, like 2 centuries back, to a time when the whole world was literally plunged into darkness by a volcano. It's a story that gave us a famous monster, but the real lesson here is about how intense isolation can lead to incredible genius. And trust me, it's way more relevant to your workday than you think. So check out this chain of events. In 1815, this monster volcano erupts over in Indonesia. The ash is so bad it blocks out the sun, and the next year becomes known as the year without a summer. Crazy, right? Well, a group of friends gets trapped indoors because of it, which leads them to this little creative challenge. And then, bam, just 2 years later, we get the novel Frankenstein. It's an absolutely incredible outcome from a pretty terrible situation. I mean, just try to imagine it. You're trapped inside for days on end. There's no phone to scroll, no feed to check, nothing to stream. All you have are your own thoughts. So faced with this just profound boredom, Mary Shelley's group decides, hey, let's write ghost stories. It was that total lack of distraction, that forced quiet isolation, that created the mental space for a masterpiece like Frankenstein to even be possible. And this quote from Shelley just nails it. She says invention comes from chaos, not from nothing. For her, the chaos was the gloomy weather and the crushing boredom. She had the quiet time she needed to process all that and turn it into art. The chaos we face today, it's totally different. It's a nonstop storm of digital noise that never, ever gives us that quiet space. So, let's pull this right back to you. You're not stuck in a volcanic winter, but you are absolutely stuck in a digital storm. It's this constant downpour of emails, Slack messages, and alerts. And this kind of chaos, it doesn't spark creativity. It just shatters our attention and makes it almost impossible to do that deep, focused work that really moves the needle. So what is actually going on here? What's the science behind feeling so overloaded all the time? Well, let's use a pretty simple analogy that I think you'll get right away. Just think of your brain's ability to focus like it's a piece of software running on your computer. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You've got like 30 tabs open, you're running 5 different programs, and your computer just starts to crawl. It gets buggy, things slow down, and maybe it even just completely crashes. That is a perfect picture of what's happening to your brain when it's overloaded with constant pings and dings. It just wasn't built to switch tasks that fast. And this brings us to a really crucial idea, your focus baseline. Think of this as your brain's factory setting for concentration. But every single time you get interrupted by a notification, it's like a tiny little hit against that baseline. And over a long period of time, all those little hits seriously degrade your ability to focus deeply on anything at all. This really shows the 2 states we're talking about, the before and after for your brain. On the left, you've got the overstimulated brain, always interrupted, slow to get going on a new task, and just prone to crashing by the afternoon. On the right, that's the reset brain. It has protected focus, it's quick to engage, and its performance is stable and reliable. Our goal is to get you from the left side of this chart to the right. Now, you might have heard this term floating around, the dopamine fast. It sounds kind of intense, but the idea is actually really simple. See, every notification you get gives you a tiny little hit of the chemical dopamine, and that trains your brain to constantly look for the next interruption. A fast isn't about punishing yourself. It's about rebooting that system. It's just like when your computer gets slow and you restart it. You have to give your brain a break from all that stimulation to get it back to its peak performance. Okay, so how do we actually do this reboot? Well, the great news is you don't have to completely blow up your life or go on some silent retreat. It's a simple, totally manageable daily habit that gives you this incredible return on your focus and ultimately your productivity. And here it is. This is the core of the whole thing. It's not a whole afternoon. It's not even an hour. The magic number is just 20. 20 minutes a day. That's all it takes to start rebuilding your focus baseline. I mean, that's probably less time than you spend just scrolling through your inbox in the morning, but the impact is, so much bigger. Now, the rules for these 20 minutes are super simple, but they are also super strict. 20 minutes every single workday. No screens of any kind. Phone goes away, computer goes to sleep. No inputs, so no music, no podcasts, zero. And, this is the toughest one for most of us, you can't use this time for productive tasks. No planning your day, no solving a work problem in your head. The whole point is to just let your mind be. What we're really talking about here is scheduling boredom on purpose. We're going to call it time-boxed boredom. So instead of thinking of boredom as this enemy we have to fight off with our phones, we're going to start treating it like a powerful tool. It's a protected, scheduled appointment you make with your own mind to let it reset, recover, and just breathe. Okay, this all sounds great in theory, right? But how in the world do you actually fit this in to an already packed schedule? The key is to make it official. You have to put it on the calendar. So let's walk through a really concrete 3-step plan to get this booked right now. Here we go, 3 easy steps. First, open up your Google Calendar or Outlook right now. Create a new event and make it recur every single workday. Title it something clear, like Focus Reset. Second, set the time for 20 minutes, and this is super important, mark your status as busy. That blocks anyone else from scheduling over it. And finally, in the description, just write down the rules as a little reminder to yourself. No screens, no inputs, just think. Now here's the most crucial part of making this stick. You have to protect this time like it's sacred. This 20-minute appointment is not optional. It is not something you move or cancel just because you get busy. You need to treat it with the exact same level of importance as a one-on-one meeting with your CEO. It is a non-negotiable meeting with your most valuable asset, your own mind. Whew, okay, we have covered a lot of ground, from a volcanic winter all the way to your digital calendar. So let's bring it all home and boil it down to the most important things you need to remember. So let's lock in the key takeaways from this explainer. Okay, so to recap, number 1, real creativity often needs you to step away from the chaos, not dive deeper into it. Number 2, remember your focus is like software. It needs a regular reboot to work properly. 3, the fix isn't some huge life change. It's a simple, powerful 20-minute daily habit. And finally, the only way this becomes real is if you actually schedule it and protect that time. And if you're ready to make this happen, we actually want to help you get started. We've put together some free digital templates that can help you schedule this and track your progress while you build this new habit. Just follow the link to grab them. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. Mary Shelley's forced isolation gave the world Frankenstein. What great idea, what brilliant solution, or what personal breakthrough is just waiting for you inside your first 20 minutes of protected silence?